Problem getting a car loan for any reason, we can help at Chevrolet of Jersey City. No matter what your credit past, there can be a new car in your future. Tier 1 customers can drive home any new Chevrolet, like a new 2018 Equinox or Traverse for just $68 down. That's right, $68 down delivers any brand new 2018 Chevrolet. Don't worry about your bad credit. Call 1-877-693-4929 now. Chevrolet of Jersey City.
Hi. Thanks for coming in again.
Oh, not at all. Have no morals and I need the cash.
It's like I'm looking in a mirror. Anyway, they're called pistachios. Now, they taste exactly like pistachios, but they're made primarily of reconstituted fish bits. Here, try one.
All right.
Oh, you're not allergic to anything, are you?
Cat hair.
Oh, sorry.
Play ball. It's the Bronx Bombers home opener, and we're live from inside Yankee Stadium ahead of the first pitch, Monday on the PIX-11 Morning News.
Right now, a New Jersey man tortured and murdered over a PlayStation, and now his accused killer is under arrest. Crashing to Earth, a Chinese space station falling from orbit. Where will it land? And from Easter dresses to hats and gloves, your snowy forecast seconds away. The PIX-11 News at 5 starts right now.
Live from 42nd and 2nd, this is the PIX-11 News at 5.
Happy Easter! It's a day that usually marks rebirth and the changing of the seasons, but don't put all your winter clothes in the closet just yet. Old Man Winter is coming back. Good evening, everyone. I'm Connie Tong. You're watching the PIX-11 News at 5. It was an especially brutal March, as you know, with 3 nor'easters hitting the city in less than 2 weeks. Now, the Department of Sanitation has issued a snow alert again as we prepare for a reminder that we're not quite done with winter yet. We lead off tonight with meteorologist Craig Allen in the Weather Center, who's tracking this latest storm. Hi there, Craig.
Yep, this is indeed one of the more prolonged winters, unfortunately. As we get on into April, we do have a winter weather advisory in effect. The possibility of up to 4 or 5 inches of snow, not necessarily on the roads, though. It's too late in the season for that to happen, all in one shot. But on the colder, grassy areas, yeah, it could happen. And then you're saying to yourself, how could it happen? We hit 60 today. What a beautiful Easter Sunday. Newark was 63. Kennedy was 63. All those warm temperatures. Well, the ground is warm, but we're starting to cool down. We're down to 55, 51 in Sussex, 50 in Newburgh. It is still 60 to the south. Temperatures dropping as we go through the nighttime hours now. You can see the last of the clouds as the cooler air is pushing into the area. They'll clear out for a while, but then very, very quickly, this system rushes over to the coast, follows the front right along, and it brings rain to snow. So in terms of headlines, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. It's more common than you think for April to see some snow. It's a quick hitter for your Monday morning commute, and then it all melts away for the afternoon. We'll talk more about it coming up. Katie.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Craig. Turning now to a brutal story in New Jersey. Cops say a young man was tortured and murdered over a video game console. PIX-11's Henry Rossoff is live for us right now from Hamilton Township. Good evening, Henry.
Good evening, Katie. It's a somber scene down here by Assunpink Creek. You can see the memorial that family members have set up with posters, pictures, flowers, even some colorful stones. And if we pan down, we can show you the creek where neighbors we just spoke with say that he was tied up and bound, the body tied up, bound with tape by the stump. Danny Diaz Delgado had his hands tied behind his back, his mouth covered, according to those neighbors. The 20-year-old was face down in the mud, having been shot in the torso, the head, and the legs. Diaz Delgado was discovered last Saturday. Neighbors tell us police quickly learned he'd agreed to meet a man to buy a PlayStation. That man, according to the Mercer County prosecutor, is 29-year-old Rufus Thompson. He was arrested just yesterday morning and is now charged with murder and kidnapping, among other offenses. The neighbor we spoke with a short time ago says he hasn't seen anything like this since getting back from Vietnam.
He was shot in the head, shot in the side, shot in the couple shots all over the place. Wasn't a whole lot of blood over here, though, so I told the cop, I don't know if they dumped the body here or... He said, no, he was definitely shot here, because they said they found casings. I didn't see any casings. But pretty traumatic event around here because it's been quiet around here. I've been here 45 years, man. Never had nothing like this.
Local newspapers are reporting that Diaz Delgado was tortured for his PIN number, and that's why it was such a brutal scene out here. PlayStation, by the way, that was a gift, or meant to be a gift, for his little brother. Live in Hamilton, New Jersey, Henry Rossoff, PIX 11 News.
Terrible story. Henry, thank you. Another night of protests in California's state capital 2 weeks after the deadly shooting of an unarmed black man by Sacramento police officers. One protester ended up in the hospital with minor injuries, despite the peaceful demonstrations last night. Protesters filled the streets of Sacramento again Saturday night.
You're not gonna kill my son! You're not gonna kill my son!
Demonstrators marched despite a heavy law enforcement presence. One woman was struck by a Sacramento County Sheriff's cruiser, sending her to the hospital with minor injuries.
A woman was walking in between the two vehicles, stopped in front of the deputy's vehicle, put up her hand in a stop sign, and the vehicle accelerated very fast and struck her violently. And she fell to the ground, and the deputies then sped off.
In a statement released today, the Sacramento Sheriff's Department said the cruiser was moving slowly and noted that the vehicle was not damaged by the impact. It was vandalized by protesters after the collision. The protests come after the fatal shooting of Stephon Clark, killed in his grandmother's backyard by Sacramento police officers who thought he had a gun. Investigators only recovered his cell phone. Police initially said the officers fired 20 rounds at Clark. An independent autopsy revealed on Friday that he was struck 8 times with 6 shots to the back. The Sacramento County Coroner's autopsy will be released when the case makes it to court. Until then, protesters demand action.
No justice! No peace!
An internal review is being conducted by the Sheriff's Department. A building collapse in India has left at least 10 people dead. 3 others have been injured, 2 in critical condition. Officials said it's unclear if people are still trapped inside. An investigation revealed that a heavy vehicle slammed into a hotel's ground floor, which may have caused that collapse. Tonight, tensions remain high after the single deadliest day in Gaza since the 2014 war. The mourning continues after 17 Palestinians were killed, almost 1,500 injured Friday in confrontations with the Israeli military. Israeli officials say tens of thousands of Palestinian protesters marched toward the border fence. The protests coincided with Palestinian Land Day, which commemorates the confiscation of Palestinian-owned land in Israel in 1976. Here's what Senator Bernie Sanders had to say on CNN's State of the Union.
Palestinians have been killed and many, many others have been wounded. So I think it's a difficult situation, but my assessment is that Israel overreacted on that.
Meanwhile, Israel released a statement blaming Hamas for all incidents and events of the day and warning against any breach of Israeli sovereignty. An annual military exercise for the U.S. and South Korea was held on the Korean Peninsula as the world waits to see how and if North Korea will respond. The drills were delayed to ease tensions during the Olympics. They're also said to be shorter by about a month. The U.S. says they'll be similar to past drills like the one seen here. Christians around the world are celebrating Easter. Pope Francis presided over Easter Mass at the Vatican before delivering his message and blessing to the world.
This Easter, may the light of the risen Christ illumine the consciences of all political and military leaders, so that a swift end may be brought to the carnage in course.
Thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square to hear the Pope. He said he hopes dialogue will help the Korean Peninsula and advance harmony and peace throughout that region. Christians in New York observing the holy day, but they were also having a lot of fun, especially in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral, and that's where we find PIX 11's Maggie Hickey. Hi there, Maggie.
Hi there, Katie. This is definitely the place to be, right at St. Patrick's Cathedral on Easter Sunday. I could write a sonnet about all the crazy bonnets I have seen. Just take a look at them. These are some of the craziest and wackiest and beautiful bonnets of the year. It's the annual Easter Parade and Bonnet Festival with no rules, no direction, and actually no march up the avenue. It's just hats galore, creative, ingenious, colorful, and even bizarre. It's bigger and better than the Irving Berlin song or the movie of the same name. The actual New York City Easter Parade dates back even before to the 1870s and has grown in numbers and originality. But inconceivable back then would be hats depicting skyscrapers, goats eating the peeps off of costumes, or a pirate ship chapeau like this one. This is an Easterized pirate ship.
Exactly. As you can see, I have little carrots and then some sails right here, and then my little eggs as pirate guys. And the little bunnies.
A fascinating hat that has a hidden fascinator on top. You are quite a peacock today.
Yes, I am. And I'm trying to strut.
Let me see you strut. Some people I see here year after year, like DJ Jeff, who even brought me a hat and glasses this year. I'm in my Easter bonnet with DJ Jeff.
Yeah, that's right.
And you've got the windshield wipers for snow.
That's it, absolutely.
And I have my little hat.
It's absolutely terrific. Greatest place to be here in New York on Easter Sunday, right on Fifth Avenue.
This family of eggheads, the Faccis of Brooklyn, spent months and months working on their headgear.
We saved almost a year of these clear egg cartons, and then we thought, well, let's just fill them with colorful eggs. Each hat has 72 eggs in them.
But my absolute favorite were these rescued Chihuahuas and a Pomeranian wearing Easter bonnets and sunglasses they didn't seem to mind, and their owners had a message.
Rescue make great pets, so go out there and adopt a pet.
And I have some more favorites right here because they're right with me now. Auntie Goose, Sunnyvale, Mr. GQ. We've got BB. Look at that adorable dog. We have Mother Nature over here. So we could be very upset with Mother Nature because we're going to get some more snow. And then rounding it out is Vanessa Sturbins of Astoria, who for 20 years has been making these hats. And she can barely keep it on her head. How long does it take you to make your hat?
This year was only 2 days.
Only 2 days, but you have pictures of all 20 years of hats.
Most of them, yes.
And how tough is it to balance on your head?
I'm used to it. This one's light. This is not so difficult.
Beautiful. And so is BB. And happy Easter to all. Back to you, Kaida. You've got a year to figure out your Easter bonnet.
Oh, there's no way anybody can compete with that. It's fabulous. Happy Easter to all. Love it. It gets better and crazier every year, doesn't it? A very special delivery this Easter morning to tell you about. A pregnant mom right there on the Upper East Side having contractions. So she and her hubby headed to the hospital. But by the time they got downstairs from their apartment, the baby was already arriving. Well, they called police, who got there even before the EMS.
It feels fantastic. Honestly, it's a natural high feeling of being happy in life.
It was very uplifting. You know, as police officers, we don't normally, handle these kind of situations, and it feels great to help directly bring a new life into this world.
Very nicely said. I love it. Police helped to deliver a healthy baby girl, and everybody doing just fine. Still to come on the PIX11 News at 5, a data breach at some high-end department stores. Is your information at risk? Plus, don't believe everything you read this evening. It is, after all, April Fool's Day. We'll show you how some businesses are trying to pull a fast one. And still ahead, a Chinese space station is falling from orbit, set to crash into Earth very soon. Where will it land?
You're watching the PIX11 News at 5 with Kaidi Tong, meteorologist Craig Allen, and Andy Adler with sports. We're New York's very own. Monday, this woman spent $1,900 for an apartment she never got when she tried to get her money back.
As soon as they hear my voice, they hang up.
She contacted Help Me Howard, see if he can make it right. Monday on the PIX11 News at 10, New York's very own. When you're New York's very own. This is the place for Yankees baseball. Yankees Orioles, Thursday at 6:30 on PIX11, New York's very own.
Let me guess, another spring event. Wrong. It's the Honda Dream Garage spring event. You can get big deals on Honda's amazing vehicles. And take it from me, these are all pretty amazing. Oh, look, it's my amazingly amazing Honda Indy car. Which is a great segue for me to say race into the Honda Dream Garage spring event happening right now. Don't worry, baby, you're not for sale.
The Honda Dream Garage spring event is on now. You could get a great deal on a Honda vehicle at your local Honda dealer.
New TV, new speakers, Netflix. This is going to be the place for binge watching, ladies.
Is it, ladies? Don't get me wrong. You have killer tech, Mrs. G, but you still don't have FiOS.
Okay.
FiOS is a 100% fiber optic network, literally engineered for streaming.
Good advice.
I've also got some ideas on a better serial selection, which I will keep to myself.
Experience Netflix on the 100% fiber optic network made for streaming. Switch to FiOS and get a year of Netflix on us with a 2-year agreement.
PIX 11 News, sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan, furnishing your style.
Well, across the country, some officials getting worried about the possibility of debris from a Chinese space station falling to Earth within the next 24 hours. China launched the station back in 2011, but lost control of it. The Skylab is about the size of a bus, weighs 8.5 tons. It's expected to break apart as it enters the Earth, and they're saying right now anywhere between, are you ready for this? Northern California to Pennsylvania, in other words, the U.S. Michigan Governor Rick Snyder has activated that state's emergency operations center to monitor the free fall. Well, we have disturbing surveillance video that shows a 19-year-old woman being attacked in an emergency room. This happened in Michigan. The victim was standing, look at this, at the receptionist's desk. The attacker walks up from behind, punches her, as you saw right there, in the head, knocks her to the ground. People come to her rescue there. Police say the man had been discharged from the hospital that day. Oh, my goodness. Reports say he also bothered other patients asking for cigarettes. The victim is suing the hospital, and her attorney says the attack may have been religiously motivated. The NYPD is on the hunt for the people seen in this video. Take a look. This is in connection with an assault and robbery in Cypress Hills, Brooklyn. It may have been over a pair of sneakers. Early in the morning, 2 victims stabbed, one of their pairs of sneakers taken. The attackers then fled the scene in a gray 4-door sedan. Both victims are in stable condition. Each of them stabbed, though, multiple times. Take a good look. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers. This just into the PIX 11 newsroom. As the snowy forecast becomes more reliable, city officials just announced they will cancel schools tomorrow. New York City is using its 3rd snow day tomorrow as weather models call for a nasty morning commute. That's good news for the city's 1.1 million students who have been dealing with treacherous weather all winter. So put away that homework. Get those sleds out of the closet. Hey, gotcha. Did I get you? April Fools, everybody. School will be closed tomorrow, but that's because it's spring break. But we're not kidding really about the snow, are
right?
we, Greg?
You know, the real April Fool's joke would be if I came out and said sunny and 80 for tomorrow. It's just not going to happen, right? 55 right now down in lower Manhattan. Go across the river. It is still in the mid and upper 50s. Come back to the east side now, from Queens to Brooklyn to Staten Island and on up into the Bronx. It is also in the mid 50s. So you're thinking to yourself, how in the world can it snow with temperatures like that in April? Well, you see, it's starting to get a little bit cooler to the north and west, already dropping down to around 50. It's still 60 in southern New Jersey. But let me show you here. This cold front coming offshore and this wave of low pressure, there it is right there, and that's going to streak right along and reach our area very late tonight. You have no problems at all getting home from friends and relatives for this evening. But look, by the time we get around to 3 o'clock in the morning, it's already getting into western Jersey. There could be a little rain at the start because it is so mild, but then around 6 o'clock, right around the rush hour, the real rush hour, not the school bus, but the real rush hour, you will find yourself with snow coming down, heavy, wet snow falling. Now, as the sun comes up, remember that the roads, it just doesn't stick on the roads once the sun is up at this time of year, except if it was coming down at an extreme rate, which we don't see. But it will be sticking to the colder surfaces as we go through the day. So right now, we're thinking that as it slowly moves offshore, by the time we get to noontime, we're okay. It'll all start melting away. 1 to 3, 2 to 4 in that range. The roads will be wet and then drying out. And then would you look at this? By Tuesday, the next system's already here. But I'm telling you, that one will be rain. So in terms of impacts and concerns, the snow could fall up to 1 inch an hour with some roads getting slushy prior to sunup. The morning commute, it It does look like it's going to be slow with poor visibility, and there will also be flight delays because of that, too. So, snow tomorrow morning, okay for the Yankees home opener tomorrow afternoon, and 50s by Tuesday with the next round of rain. 7 days coming up, Katie.
Okay, thank you, Craig. 2 heroes from the Parkland, Florida school shooting are being honored by the 9/11 charity. The Parkland High School athletic director and a longtime coach gave their lives protecting the students. Their families were guests of honor at One World Trade Center. PIX11's Andrew Ramos has the story.
They ran toward gunfire, shielding students in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School massacre. 6 weeks after the tragedy, coaches Aaron Feiss and Chris Hickson were honored here in the Big Apple for their heroism. The families of both men were on hand Thursday at an emotional ceremony at One World Observatory in One World Trade Center. The widows of both men given financial assistance by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in the form of checks for $50,000.
He lived his life as a hero. He was a Navy veteran. He was a security monitor at school. And when the call came out that something was wrong, he ran to that building. He didn't have to do that.
Coach Hickson's 7-year-old son, Corey, also paused to honor his dad. Holding back tears, Ray and Josephine Feiss, the grandparents of Aaron Feiss, who grew up on Long Island, spoke candidly about the countless stories they've heard from former students about their grandson.
He was a hero before he died with all the children that he helped. They may have domestic problems or grade problems or whatever. He was there to help them.
It does mean a lot, the way he was appreciated and remembered along with everyone else.
Set up as a foundation to honor New York City firefighters Stephen Siller and Captain Billy Burke, who lost their lives saving others on 9/11. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation has extended a helping hand to first responders and their families across the country. This year, the charity's annual stair climb up One World Trade Center will honor both coaches, and Captain Burke's family couldn't be more proud.
He's got a little bit of smile on his face here today for these men over here who walked in his footsteps down in Florida.
This year's Tunnel to Towers stair climb happens on June 3rd. For information on how to sign up, head over to our website, pix11.com. At the World Trade Center, I'm Andrew Ramos, PIX11 News.
They will not be forgotten. Still to come on the PIX11 News at 5, CBS is accused of leaking extremely sensitive information from thousands of its customers. Find out if you could be affected. And still ahead, it's no surprise that Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, is the owner of some very smart and well-trained dogs. We'll tell you how they jumped into action to save the day.
Wow. All right, coming up, Mets and Yankees in action. We're going to have your highlights, your post-game reaction, plus Anthony Davis. I have a little beef with that man. I'm going to explain. Sports is coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Some of its parts. Current GM lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2018 Cadillac XT5 from around $359 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
You love the look of exterior lighting, but lighting contractors cost a fortune. And wiring your own lights? Well, don't try that at home. You need Disc Lights by Bell & Howell, the portable, powerful, solar-powered LED outdoor lights that mount flat to the ground to create incredible cascades of light. Best of all, there's no wiring at all. Just press Disc Light flat to the ground and you're done. Bell & Howell disc lights utilize light conversion technology that absorb the sun's energy in storage cells, where it's converted into solar-powered electricity. So when the sun goes down, disc lights come up for 10 full hours and turn off automatically in daylight. There's even a switch to turn them on and off manually. Add disc lights to accent your garden or to add ambiance by the back deck or beside the pool. Place one for a specialized accent light or an entire group for amazing landscape lighting. Each Bell & Howell disc light contains ultra-bright LEDs that last over 10 years in a durable weatherproof stainless steel housing, and they're low enough and tough enough that you can even mow right over them. Remove the stick and lay them on any flat surface to add light to that dark walkway, highlight steps and stairs for safe passage, or just to add inviting accent lighting to your outdoor living. Use the hook and loop strips to mount vertically, so now you can actually see the food you've got cooking on the grill, or add some extra light on the barn or backyard storage shed. And disc lights help to deter nighttime intruders. So which house do you think the thieves would hit? Only disc lights carry the Bell & Howell name. Maine, the brand your family has trusted since 1907. Whether you stake them, hang them, or lay them flat, disc lights deliver the right look and light in a snap. So you can spend up to $1,000 or more on pathway landscape lighting installed by a professional. Or you can get this set of 4 Bell & Howell disc lights for just $19.95, and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order today and you can get a second set of 4 disc lights. Just pay a separate fee. So don't delay. Order your Bell & Howell disc lights today. Just $19.95. Call now.
Call 1-800-277-8013 or go to disclights.com. That's 1-800-277-8013 or order online at disclights.com.
Data sharing and hacking at the forefront of the news, and everyone is concerned about information from their phones being stolen and sold. Well, one company may have the answer.
We bring you the freedom to log in anywhere without effort, leveraging the latest in biometric research. PinDrop brings you tongue printing.
Yep, tongue printing is available today, April 1st, otherwise known as April Fool's Day. Did we get you again? A lot of other companies are getting in on the April Fool's fun. You're looking at the Charbroiled Chocolate Whopper from Burger King. Then, Auntie Anne's Pretzel got in on the joke. The famous aroma of their soft pretzels now being bottled. Pretzel oil can be spread around your house or even on your body. And finally, the Smart Shoe. Forget that annoying selfie stick with that expensive texting watch. The new and improved T-Mobile Sidekick, it's called, does it all. Text, take pics, listen to music, all in the comfort of your own shoe. Get smart. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. We couldn't resist. Those are good, right? There are more, too. Dog whisperer Cesar Millan has made a career, as we know, out of training other people's dogs, but he seems to have done a pretty good job with his own. According to TMZ, his car was broken into outside his home. Surveillance video shows the burglar using the remote to open the garage door, most likely to enter the house, of course, but the suspect was met by several of Cesar's dogs, who chased him away. The burglar did get away with $1,300 worth of stuff from Cesar's car, but it could have been a lot worse if not for the dog whisperer's best friends. All right, still to come on the PIX11 News at 5. March is over, but the madness continues. Plus, OG sitting down with Tyler Perry to talk about his new picture, Acrimony. It's already a big hit. And coming up, the calendar says Easter Sunday, but tomorrow's forecast would have been much more welcome on Christmas Day. Craig's got the details.
Looking for vision care during retirement? Take a second look.
Ready, Daddy?
When it matters most.
Thank you, VSP.
VSP Individual Vision Plans offers vision coverage you can buy on your own. Because retirement means life's most important moments are yet to be seen. Go to vspdirect.com to see better for life for less.
Today, big thinking in the Finger Lakes is pushing the new New York forward. We're the #1 dairy and apple producers in the eastern United States. Supported by innovative packaging that extends the shelf life of foods and infrastructure upgrades that help us share our produce with the world. All across New York State, we're building the new New York. To grow your business with us in New York State, visit esd.ny.gov.
After my motorcycle accident, Celino and Barnes got me $1.5 million, 12 times more than insurance offered.
They got me over $600,000, 9 times more than insurance offered.
I'm Steve Barnes. Is your accident case worth more than the insurance company says? Call us. You might be surprised.
I called. They got me $450,000.
What's your case really worth?
Call now and find out. 800-888-8888.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
Well, they had a pipe break. Water leaked all over the living room.
That doesn't look like a pipe.
I fixed the pipe. Now we're just cleaning up the water damage.
Oh, it was a sofa leak?
No.
It was a sofa pipe?
No.
We like normal here. Normal plumbers doing normal things that plumbers do.
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber. We handle all the plumbing and water cleanup issues.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Do you have bad credit? Is it a problem getting a car loan for any reason? We can help at Chevrolet of Jersey City. No matter what your credit past, there can be a new car in your future. Tier 1 customers can drive home any new Chevrolet, like a new 2018 Equinox or Traverse for just $68 down. That's right. $68 down delivers any brand new 2018 Chevrolet. Don't worry about your bad credit. Call 1-877-693-4929 now. Chevrolet of Jersey City.
Live from 42nd and 2nd, this is the Pix 11 News at 5.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cuddy Tong. Thanks for staying with us. It is Easter Sunday, a time when spring's supposed to be in full bloom. But somebody forgot to tell the weatherman. Craig, all the snow talk, just an April Fool's joke, right?
Right, yeah. What was the word that you just used before? Irritating.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
yes. Well,
Enough from the irritating weatherman. But no, there's truthfully snow for tomorrow morning, right in time for the morning commute, so we get right to it. And of course, the question on everybody's mind now is like, how much is going to fall in such a short period of time for the morning commute? And with a day that got up to around 60, how does that happen? 42 now in Monticello, 49 Montgomery, 53 in Sloatsburg, just showing you the cooler air already starting to come on down through New York State, and it will drop down, believe it or not, close to freezing by morning when the precip gets here. But these are temperatures right now. We hit 60 in the city this afternoon. Obviously, the ground is warm, but this cold front is now offshore. The cooler air is coming in, and this storm is developing down across the midsection of the nation. You can see that there is rain, thunderstorms, and snow and sleet all mixed in with it. And the basic track is like that to the south of us, keeps us on the cold side of the storm. So for Monday, a spring snow for the morning. By the afternoon, it's over and done, but the morning is going to be like a quick-hitting snowfall that is going to come down at perhaps an inch or so per hour. And then on Tuesday, the next system is already approaching, but it's like we turned the page completely. The warm front comes through. We've got showers during the day on Tuesday, and then it's in the 60s with more showers possible on Wednesday. The snow will be nothing but a memory, but tomorrow morning is going to be a little tough because this is what various models are predicting now. And also keep in mind that these numbers are basically on the colder or the unpaved surfaces. It's very hard to get snow to stick, especially on city streets at this time of year during the daylight hours. So, and that's when most of it will fall. Approximately, I'm thinking around 6 a.m. to about 10, 11 o'clock or so is when the heaviest snow is going to fall. So that's the RPM model. Take a look at what we have from the NAM here. It's a little bit more, showing anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snowfall across the area. Again, on the colder surfaces, we've narrowed it down into these bands here. Probably a slushy coating to an inch or two south of the city. Approximately 2 to 4 around the city on the grassy areas, especially, and then you get on up into the Hudson Valley. It would be on most roads until it melts away during the day, and then the farther away you go up to the north and west, the farther away you are from the storm, so the amounts go down. But becoming cloudy overnight, 32 is our low by morning, so that's a big drop. Rain and snow develops, it changes over to all wet snow, and a winter weather advisory is in effect for approximately 4 or 5 inches of snow on the colder areas. So snow to start for tomorrow, then clearing in the afternoon. That is good news for the Yankees. It's not going to be warm at the stadium, but it is going to clear up during the afternoon, and I'll bet the snow is a memory by the time they have their home opener. But it's only around 40, 42, 43 degrees, and then it's much, much milder for the middle of the week, but there is more rain in there, and then colder again towards next weekend. We'll talk about that later. Katie?
Oh, boy. Okay, thanks, Craig. You know, a lot of New Yorkers dressed in their Sunday finest today, right? But tomorrow, it's back to the snow gear. We've been saying that. Pix 11's Jennifer Bisram has more from Central Park. Hi there, Jennifer.
Hi there, Kaida. You know, it's Easter Sunday. It's April 1st. We're not supposed to have snow after Easter, are we? Take a look where we are right now. Central Park, people just out enjoying the beautiful weather here today. We talk with many of them who say the last thing they wanted to hear is snow is on the way. Easter Sunday at Central Park.
It's a great weather today when compared to the previous weeks.
With temps in the 50s this April 1st, people here are taking advantage of the weather. Some bearing a lot of skin while jogging and rollerblading, others biking and taking selfies dressed for spring. You're sporting shorts today.
Yes, I am. Very excited about it.
Why?
First time in a while. Why? Because it's so nice out.
It's like I've been waiting for the weather to get warmer to run outside.
The Easter Bunny was out enjoying the day too. He was on the ice at Rockefeller Center. But you know how the saying goes, what a difference a day can make. While it won't be a nor'easter the day after Easter, meteorologists say snow is on the horizon for tomorrow. You do know that we're getting snow tomorrow.
Well, yeah, so you got to take advantage of shorts while you can.
You do hear we're going to have snow tomorrow, right?
I do know that. That's why I'm taking advantage of today.
Tomorrow is also opening date for the Yankees. Sports fans are hoping it's nothing like the home opener in 1996 against the Royals, when there were home runs in the snow.
I don't like it. That's how I feel about it, but there's nothing we can do. So I just check the weather forecast. If it's warm, I'm going to go out. If it's going to snow, I'm going to work from home.
Yeah, the weather is crazy, but you know, for now it's a nice day and trying to take advantage of a nice Sunday run.
And another live look at Central Park this evening. You know, it's still unclear. We'll actually have to wait and see, right, how many inches of snow we're going to get tomorrow. But Katie, I think we can all agree we are so tired of the snow and so ready for the spring. We're live at Central Park. Jennifer Bisram, PIX 11 News.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you, Jennifer. Well, President Trump is spending his Easter weekend at where else? Mar-a-Lago. And this morning he was back on his favorite social media platform. Just an hour after tweeting Happy Easter, he then tweeted this. Border Patrol agents are not allowed to properly do their job at the border because of ridiculous liberal Democrat laws like catch and release, getting more dangerous, caravans coming. Republicans must go to a nuclear option to pass tough laws now. No more DACA deal. The nuclear option, by the way, would allow bills to move forward with a simple majority. The president did attend church this morning. He, along with First Lady Melania and daughter Tiffany, went to an Episcopal church, Bethesda by the Sea, but they left before the end of the service. Meanwhile, a sign was vandalized at the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, and the Secret Service is investigating. Red paint splattered all over that sign outside the entrance of the club. Today, crews were out there, as you can see right there, trying to clean it up. There's been a data breach at a couple of iconic New York department stores. The personal information of customers at both Saks, Fifth Avenue, and Lord & Taylor has been compromised. The Canada-based parent company, Hudson's Bay, announced the breach today. They said they're investigating and taking steps to contain the attack. A hacking group called Joker Stash reportedly put up more than 5 million stolen credit and debit card numbers for sale. But Hudson's Bay has yet to say how many stores or how many customers were affected. And CVS is being sued. They are accused of revealing the HIV status of 6,000 patients. This is in Ohio. The complaint was filed in federal court. The lawsuit claims that CVS mailed letters last year, and in the window of the envelope, the patient's HIV status is clearly visible. In a statement, CVS said the envelope window was supposed to show just a reference code and not the recipient's health status. The state parole board has decided to let a convicted killer go free. The decision has been made with a lot of anger and a lot of action, as many are asking if this ruling can be reversed. PIX 11's Mary Murphy went to find out.
He killed three cops, and now he's ready to go back on the street again. They ought to rescind that decision.
Manny Jones is the brother of police officer Waverly Jones, who was assassinated with his partner Joseph Piagentini on May 21st, 1971 by members of the Black Liberation Army.
The slogan of that time was "A pig is a pig."
Herman Bell was one of multiple BLA suspects who killed a San Francisco police sergeant in August of that year. He was captured in 1973. Now a New York State Parole Board is ready to set Bell free after 44 years behind bars.
It sent shockwaves.
A plea from Officer Jones' son to free Bell apparently moved the board, but the police union has gone into overdrive trying to get the decision reversed. Mayor Bill de Blasio wrote a letter calling the ruling incomprehensible.
Only a parole board can rescind the decision of a parole board.
Criminal defense lawyer James Toner noted executive law was amended in 2011, the same year Governor Cuomo took office.
Before October 1st, 2011, the primary focus of the parole board was to weigh out the heinous nature or the serious nature of the crime. They changed that focus, and it was sort of a paradigm shift to whether the convict has been rehabilitated sufficiently to enter society.
Herman Bell did not admit his role in the slaughter until 2012, when he told Parole he felt great remorse. His success in winning a release date contrasts with the failure of Judith Clark to get parole for her role as the getaway driver in the deadly 1981 Brinks case.
The one that's dead, he was face down.
A guard was murdered at the Nanuet Mall and 2 Rockland County cops killed at a traffic stop. These crimes happened in the waning days of the BLA and the Radical Weather Underground group.
Ms. Clark did not pull the trigger.
That was Governor Cuomo last year defending his decision to grant clemency to Judith Clark and give her a shot at parole.
I'm Kevin Klein, and I'm here with Glenn Close and Steve Buscemi.
Hollywood stars even spoke up for Clark, noting her good works in prison, but Clark's parole was denied.
It does show a bit of an inconsistency in these boards, but the fabric of these boards change over the years.
Regarding Bell, the Department of Corrections and Community Supervision told PIX11 for the board to consider altering a previously made decision, new significant information must be brought forth. A simple disagreement with the decision does not meet the standard of just cause. I'm Mary Murphy, PIX11 News.
Andy's here, and we're talking sports.
Hi, Katia.
Hi.
We're talking about the Yankees and the Mets, both in action today. Yankees were taking on the Blue Jays, Mets taking on the Cards. We're going to have your highlights, your post-game reaction. Plus, yes, it's April Fool's Day, and yes, this is a joke that we don't think it's funny. Tell you what one NBA superstar finds very funny. Sports is coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
With amazing internet, you can stream amazing shows. Fios lets you stream them on the fastest internet available for just $79.99 a month with a 2-year agreement, and Netflix on us for 1 year. With Fios Gigabit connection on the 100% fiber optic network, you can stream on up to 100 devices at once. Get super fast internet, plus Netflix, plus up to 250 TV channels, plus phone, plus a 2-year price guarantee. All for just $79.99 per month. Experience Netflix on the 100% fiber optic network made for streaming. Go to getfios.com to switch today.
It's the Volkswagen Smile at Spring Sales Event, where you will find great deals on award-winning SUVs that are sure to make you smile. With over 40 standard features and with America's best bumper-to-bumper transferable limited warranty, during the Volkswagen Spring Sales Event, you can't help but smile.
Do you know them?
Do you know them?
It's the Volkswagen Smile at Spring Sales Event.
Hurry in and get a $1,000 APR bonus or lease this 2018 Tiguan S for just $199 a month after a $1,000 bonus.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. Not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is. And I did this to my father. We were at home. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it. I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. Honestly, it really works. I'm telling you, it really works.
Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen and watch the transformation happen to you.
Every single day, ADAPT Community Network changes the lives of people with disabilities. I'm Tamsin Fidel. Watch Changemakers every week on the PIX11 News and find out how you can become a changemaker too.
Please keep your shoes on. Stop messing with your sister. Hey, don't make me come back there.
So?
Feels really good. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Customer service that goes the extra mile. Enterprise makes it easy.
Brought to you by Enterprise Car Sales. Buy, sell, trade. Enterprise makes it easy.
All right, Andy's here, and we're talking sports, of course, and the Yankees already with the injuries. You don't want to start like that.
You know, you don't want to start that way. And at this point, they're just trying to stay healthy. They'll tell you that. We were discussing earlier about the weather, and tomorrow, Yankees are going to play the Rays. It's a home opener, and as of now, game is still on. Snow and baseball, they usually don't go together, but this could actually be fun, and we'll obviously keep you posted if the Yankees decide to postpone the game, and so will Craig. But let's go ahead and talk about today, because, Kai, you mentioned these injuries, and it's only been a few games, and already this is what we're discussing. I mean, first you had Aaron Hicks. He gets hurt. So the Yankees, they bring in Billy McKinney, and then yesterday he got hurt. So welcome Miguel Andujar. And it was Yankees taking on the Jays. Yeah, they just need to stay healthy at this point and make good decisions. Pick things up here in the third. Yankees up 2-1 with a runner on for Brandon Drury. Good pickup right there. That's his first home run as a Yankee. It's a 2-run blast, makes it 4-1. And the Yankees, they look like they're cruising, right? Yes, again, you saw it there. Bullpen just explodes there. You heard me right. Justin Smoke takes Tommy Kahnle deep to center, and all of a sudden it's 4-3 Yankees. Then in the 8th, manager Aaron Boone decides to walk the bases loaded to face Smoke again. And it doesn't take long for that to happen off of David Robertson. Not the right call, Boone. Yankees lose this one 7-4 the final. Heidi's shaking her head no. Here's what Boone had to say about making that call.
Well, it is the matchup that we determine we prefer with Robbie. We like him better against Smoke, and I think he felt better with the Smoke matchup. You got to tip your cap there. Smoke worked a heck of a bat off him, fouled off some really tough pitches, and then finally got one, and he ends up, having a huge day against us, obviously. But comfortable with the matchup, didn't get it done today.
Didn't get it done today. As for the Mets, they also didn't get it done. And specifically, it was just a bad day for Steven Matz. And if you were watching this game, maybe you noticed this. Matz, he's pitching with this hesitation. He's got the skill. There's no doubt about that. I don't think it's physical. It has been in the past. But what we saw today, it was sort of like a paralysis by analysis. He was just in his head. And, he had a rough spring, no doubt about that. He was looking to bounce back when it counts. It just didn't happen today. Paul DeYoung hits that one deep to left center. Yeah, there's not too much that Cespedes can do with that. And the Cardinals take an early 1-0 lead. Now 2-1 in the fourth. A little more trouble for Matz. Molina hits that one to left center. Matz, he knows it's gone. It's 3-1 St. Louis, and the bullpen comes in. And Jacob Rame says hello to Paul DeYoung. And DeYoung with 2 home runs on the afternoon. The Cardinals beat the Mets 5-1 the final. And yes, it may be April 1st, but the March Madness, it continues. And tonight in Ohio, it's women's basketball championship game. It's Mississippi versus Notre Dame. And we're going to have those highlights coming up at 10:45. Now, on the men's side, the national championship game is set for tomorrow night. And if you guys believe those who set the line, Villanova is the strong favorite on this one, likely going to crush Michigan. In fact, Nova comes into the game as the biggest favorite since 2010. And it makes sense. They absolutely dominated Kansas in the semifinals. They actually set a record with 18 three-pointers, and 6 different players scored in the double figures. But if you talk to the Wolverines, they're going to make it very clear that they don't care what Villanova did against Kansas. It's game on. And yesterday we showed you a video of Anthony Davis. He shot himself a little video of him shaving his trademark unibrow. And if you didn't see it, well, you're in luck. Heidi, here it is one more time.
Here we go. A little bit of this. And put this. All right. I think it makes it on there good. And here we go. Guys, but it's done. Okay,
so I see that and I'm thinking to myself, I really couldn't believe that he actually went through with it. That's his trademark. Why didn't he actually just razor it when he was younger if he was going to do it at all? You can't shave that off now. And apparently Anthony Davis agrees. Yes, it was all part of an elaborate April Fool's joke. Even Davis admitted that he wasn't going to cut it. You know what? Look, I told you yesterday, Heidi, we showed this to you yesterday, and I was like,
I was fooled.
We're looking at it yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, we were talking about it, and I said I interviewed him about it one time. I interviewed him, and I asked him about it, and he's like, it's my thing. I was really shocked he did it. I don't like it, Davis. It's not funny.
That's kind of funny.
It's pretty funny. It's actually very funny.
All right, thanks, Andy. When we come back, we'll take a last look at your weekend forecast with Craig.
was brought into the ASPCA after being thrown away, just like trash.
Charlotte was found in the trash can in the Bronx. Not only was she physically abused, but she was very scared. She was in really bad shape.
She had a deep cut over her eye. She had multiple fractures to her pelvis, and she was unable to use either of her back legs. She had a tough time.
Animals like Charlotte need your help today. She's suffered so much, and she's just one of the many animals who are abused every single day. We know it's hard to look, but if you turn away, who will help them? Call the number on your screen or visit joinaspca.org and sign up for just $19 a month. Your donation of only 63 cents a day will help rescue animals who are still out there suffering. April is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Month, and we need 3,000 new donors, so please join now. And for taking action in the next 10 minutes, we'll send you a free ASPCA membership kit, including a magazine subscription, the photo of a rescued animal just like Charlotte, and this limited edition Animal Champion t-shirt. But supplies won't last, so act now, because no animal deserves to suffer, and this special month for the animals is your chance to help them.
I really cannot believe that anybody could be capable of doing such harm to such a charming, beautiful pet.
Please don't let this happen to another animal. Sign up with your monthly donation to help animals like Charlotte today.
Introducing the half-price event at Raymore & Flanigan. Everything is on sale with no interest for 72 months. Buy this sofa, get the love seat for half off. A 4-piece bedroom set with matching drawer chest for half off. This fire pit table, your matching bench glider is half off. All with delivery in 3 days or less. The half-price event at Raymore & Flanigan.
PIX 11 News, sponsored by Raymore & Flanigan, furnishing your style.
Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One topped the box office this weekend, giving the director his biggest weekend opening in a decade.
Except the Oasis.
The film made just over $41 million over the weekend and just over $53 million if you include receipts from its debut Thursday night. Ready Player One can now boast the 5th largest Easter opening ever. Tyler Perry's latest installation, Acrimony, took the #2 spot. It took in just over $17 million. And in the 3rd spot, Marvel and Disney's mega hit, Black Panther, still there, which took in just over $11 million this weekend. It is currently the 5th largest domestic release of all time. Speaking of the #2 movie, Acrimony, it's really having a good run at the box office. OG sat down with the cast.
You don't know what he did to me. You don't know.
The audience gets to, start off on this ride and they're listening to Melinda's side, and I believe the audience is sold on that, right? Didn't you? Oh my, and the whole setup. Then when you start saying his side of the story, he was like, okay. And then when the truth hit, it was like, oh, well, you know what? I know.
I know what your problem is.
Yes.
You all need to communicate.
Mr. Bench, I have to say, she's such an amazing actress that you forget that it's her on the screen. Yes. I hope she's not one of those actresses that stays in character, because that's really too bad for you.
To see her come in and out of her character, you know the difference between Melinda and Taraji. And Taraji is not Melinda, nor Cookie. And I'm like, who the hell is this woman?
You still messing around with her? I'm Diana, Robert's fiance.
People know you as this writer, producer, director, and I have to say I'm gonna add teacher of new words, because I never even knew this word existed till now.
Acrimony.
I know you get your inspiration from different places, but this particular one, is it a particular person?
I counsel a lot of my friends who are going through things, and they all call me for some reason. And in the divorce ones, I always notice that the stories are very different. They're very different.
Since you're in a really good mood today,
mm-hmm.
And I ran all the way here. What's a better question to ask you, or what better favor to ask for? To adopt me or for a loan? Why are they laughing? This is serious business here.
You'd have a better chance at the loan.
At the loan?
Yeah, my son's very jealous. He's very territorial.
But I'm African, so technically I'm his sister.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we're related either way.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So you said the loan? Were you rolling on the loan part?
I said you had a better chance.
I heard that, but still, when we get to Judge Judy, we'll figure it out. And the real question I was going to ask before was, can I come to the housewarming when it's done? Because TMZ said you're building a house that looks like a stadium.
Oh my God.
Taraji said I'll be here +1, but since I'm here, the source.
It's not a stadium. It's a nice house. That's all.
So when the housewarming happens, as your family member.
So it's a loan. It's your family member and the housewarming.
Yes, we can do housewarming first.
All falls under another category, which is stalking.
Well, I'm a professional stalker.
Okay.
For my job.
Now I know.
I know.
OG doing her thing. Okay, there's Craig over there doing his thing and telling us about the weather coming up.
Yeah, there's Mother Nature doing her thing again. Why this winter? Why doesn't it go away? Winter weather advisory in effect for the entire region. We're saying as a general number up to 5, but give or take an inch or 2 there, especially on the colder surfaces out there. It's very hard to get that kind of snow to stick to the roads, especially during daylight hours at this time of year. But we've broken it down to 2 to 4 inches with a couple heavier bands within here. You don't know where these bands are going to set up until they start setting up, unfortunately. But lower amounts south because more mixing and more rain, and lower amounts as you get farther away from the storm up to the north and west there. And for tomorrow, and Andy was talking about this before, we know it'll be drying out at game time, and it'll be rather chilly, 39 to 43 degrees by the time we get more than halfway through the game. The problem is yes, it's drying out, but will we be able to get the snow off the field in time for the game to start? So that will be the question for them to answer for tomorrow. Those people are moving awfully fast. Here's the 7-day forecast. Oh, there we have the temperatures that are generally in the 40s across the area tomorrow. Tuesday, mid-50s, and then we jump it up to the 60s on Wednesday with more rain Tuesday on into Wednesday. And would you believe there's another storm down the road as it gets colder again towards next week? When is this going to end? Heidi?
Yeah, when?
When?
Thanks, Craig. Now, take a look at this. Here is a young buck, and what does it have on its head? That is a glass bowl. Somehow it got separated from his herd, and somehow he got the glass bowl stuck on his head. It would only come to feed once they had all gone. The rest of the herd they were just shunning him because of that bowl. When authorities found the animal, they removed the bowl, obviously. Turned out to be a light fixture cover. See, you never know when you leave that stuff out there what might happen. This poor buck was dehydrated, 4 days without food and water. Had a couple of scrapes, but authorities cleaned it up, got that bowl off its head, and it's going to be okay. Now take a look at this. A homeowner found a really big surprise in the swimming pool, not a good one. An 11-foot alligator, look at that, doing the dog battle in the water in Florida. They had to call a trapper in to safely remove that gator from the pool and from the neighborhood. Oh, how did it get there in the first place? Nobody was sure, but it moves fast. Look at that. That's not something you want to see in your pool.
No. But can you imagine, though? I mean, just imagine seeing that in your pool.
Yeah, not a good sight. All right, that does for us. We'll see you back here tonight at 10. And that was not an April Fool's joke. That really happened.
Real.
Have a great night. We'll see you back here at 10.